Alright, let's talk about the real power players in Anchor Panic. In this tier list, we didn't just throw characters into ranks based on current strength, we also looked ahead. Since the CN server already revealed upcoming operators, we considered how well each unit will hold up in the future meta. That means some characters rank higher, not just because they're strong today, but because they'll still be valuable when new mechanics, enemies, and team synergies arrive. And it doesn't stop at rankings. Further down, we also put together the best team compositions for each element because even the strongest operator can feel underwhelming without the right squad around them. If you're trying to build a team that melts bosses, clears content faster, or just feels smooth to play, those elemental setups are going to help a lot. So stick around. Whether you're chasing the meta or just want a squad that feels unstoppable, we've got you covered. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking characters in Anchor Panic. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching.
My friends, only 0.1% of viewers subscribe. If you like this type of content, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you in advance for your support.
The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Alicia, Artisan, Prism, Firefly, Trigger, and Arc. Alright, this is the part of the list where things get a little awkward. You know, the characters you want to like, the ones you try to make work at 2 AM while convincing yourself maybe the build is the problem. Yeah, welcome to the D tier of Anchor Panic. Alicia looks promising at first glance. She is a lightning single target damage dealer who can deal percentage health damage with her energy burst, which sounds amazing on paper. And to be fair, at Ascension 6 she can perform decently, but the problem is priority. Other super rare operators bring utility, area damage, or team value, while Alicia mostly brings a single target hit and calls it a day. She is not terrible, she is just easy to skip. Then we have Snowfox, an ice single target damage dealer who feels like she is constantly charging up for a big moment that never arrives. Her passive revolves around stacking energy, but in real combat she rarely reaches its maximum potential. The result is damage that feels underwhelming and inconsistent. If you are early in the game and options are limited, she can fill a slot, but she is not someone you build a team around. Prism is another ice single target damage dealer, and calling her underwhelming might be generous. Her most valuable passive ability is locked behind Ascension 6, which is already a steep investment. Even after unlocking it, she still struggles to compete with most super rare operators at base Ascension. When a character needs that much effort just to feel average, it is hard to justify the resources. Now, let's talk about Firefly, a fire single target damage dealer who gains additional damage based on burn stacks on enemies. That mechanic sounds exciting, until you realize her ability to stack burn is actually quite limited. Yes, her damage can look decent under perfect conditions, but those conditions rarely exist. Compared to other fire super rare operators, she ends up feeling surprisingly underwhelming. Trigger might be the harshest entry here. She is a lightning single target damage dealer and is often considered one of the weakest characters in the entire game. Her damage output is low, she lacks any area damage capability, and her passive abilities offer very little value. It is one of those kits that makes you double check the description because surely something must be missing. But no, that is really it. Finally, Arc is a physical single target damage dealer who can have some early game usefulness, especially if you are experimenting with a full physical team. The issue is that full physical compositions are not particularly strong in the early stages of the game, which makes investing in her feel inefficient. She can function, but she rarely feels worth the slot once better options become available. So if you are building smarter instead of harder, these are the operators you politely thank, and then quietly leave on the bench. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Mustang, Lionblade, Chimera, Catalpa, Snowfox, Core, Koraz, Korozika, and Crag. If the D tier felt like a graveyard of broken dreams, the C tier is more like the waiting room. Not terrible, not amazing, just existing until something better walks in. These characters can absolutely help you progress in Anchor Panic, but they often come with a small, temporary solution label attached. Mustang is actually a pretty solid early to mid-game tank. She has impressive speed, strong defense and block stats, and can even deal line-based area damage. On a physical damage team, she can hold the front line reliably if you do not have Flicker yet. The downside is her lack of utility. Compared to tanks like Dione or Antelope, she protects the team but does not offer extra team benefits, which makes her easier to replace later. Lion Blade fills a unique role as a single target support and debuffer for fire teams. Her personal damage is respectable, but her real value comes from applying Seal Fire, which can prevent enemies from acting. That kind of control sounds powerful, and it is, but when you compare her to Yuanya, Neon, or Sparkle Wing, she starts to feel like the budget version of a stronger toolkit. Kimiya is one of those characters that quietly overperforms if you give her the chance. She is a strong physical damage dealer whose passive abilities significantly increase her damage output and defense ignore. If Rose is your only physical carry and you do not have Raven or Yan, Kimiya can step in and perform very well. Still, Fire Super Rare operators tend to provide more value overall, especially in fire-focused teams. Catalpa might be one of the most deceptive entries here. She is an excellent single-target damage dealer who applies thorns and delivers impressive damage over time. On paper, she looks incredible. The problem lies in her element and team synergy. Natural element teams are not particularly strong, and Catalpa alone cannot carry your damage output, which limits her overall usefulness despite her strong kit. Artisan is a lightning tank who can serve you faithfully until Flicker joins your roster. She scales her defense based on how many lightning operators are deployed and heals a percentage of missing health when using skills, which gives her impressive survivability. On top of that, she can reduce enemy damage output, providing protection for the entire team. She is dependable, durable, and quietly effective. Core functions as a single target damage dealer and debuffer for ice teams. She applies Frostbite, increasing the ice damage enemies receive, which can amplify your team's output. The issue is competition. Abyssal performs this role far better, and once stronger options become available, Core quickly loses her appeal outside early game progression. Koraz stands out as a sturdy tank for fire teams. Her area energy burst applies additional burn stacks, which synergizes well with fire compositions. If you do not have Grenache yet, she may be the best dedicated tank option for a full fire lineup. She is reliable, synergistic, and far more useful than her tier placement might suggest. Kurozuka is easily the strongest rare single target damage dealer in the game, gaining massive critical rate boosts from her passives. She can hit hard, very hard, but the fire roster typically relies on area attacks to spread burn stacks efficiently. Since Kurozuka lacks area damage, she struggles to find a consistent place in optimal rotations. Crag is a hybrid support and sub-damage dealer who generates mind energy when using skills, allowing teammates to consume it for attack and block chance buffs. These bonuses are even stronger for natural allies. Her own damage relies on entering rage state, increasing her break rate and Bint's ignore. When she unleashes her energy burst, she guards the entire team and counterattacks whenever allies are hit. Unfortunately, natural element teams are rare and missions rarely favor them, which means Krag's strengths do not get the spotlight they deserve. So while these operators can absolutely help you push forward, most of them feel like stepping stones, useful today, replaceable tomorrow, and occasionally surprising when given the right team and moment. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Merlot, Marceline, Quasar, Sparkle Winging, Yuanya, Neon, Alice, Newcastle, Raven, Yan, Lycosha, Euclid, Dawn, Abyssal, Diamond, and Dawaline. Alright, now we're stepping into the tier where characters actually start earning their keep. This is the zone where you stop feeling like you're improvising and start feeling like you're building something real. The B tier roster in Anchor Panic is packed with dependable performers, clever enablers, and a few almost top tier standouts that can carry you surprisingly far. Merlot is the backbone of many fire teams and easily the best free-to-play damage dealer in that role. She gains bonus damage per burn stack on enemies and receives a massive 60% critical rate bonus when enemies have 4 or more burn stacks. Add her strong area damage and extra stat boosts and she becomes a powerhouse. The only catch is that she needs teammates who can stack burn efficiently. But once that engine is running, she melts entire waves. Marceline is one of the most impactful supports fire teams can have. She applies Tear, a debuff that increases the fire damage enemies take by 10% per stack. However, to unlock her full potential, you will need both her Ascension bonuses and her Sigil, which together represent more than half of her endgame power. Her signature Sigil is especially valuable and widely considered one of the strongest in the game. Quasar focuses on survivability and team protection while fitting best into fire compositions. Her talents increase her health for each fire ally deployed, and she provides a critical rate buff that benefits fire units significantly. Her puppet redirects 22% of incoming damage away from allies and heals her whenever teammates act. She later gains life drain and enhanced puppet effects through ascensions. Despite all this utility, her impact feels more stabilizing than game-changing. Sparklewing serves as a hybrid support and damage dealer for fire teams. She can apply multiple burn stacks with her energy burst, reduce enemy fire resistance, and buff fire allies. She performs well overall, but other area fire supports can offer greater value, especially in high-end team setups. Yuanya is an area fire damage dealer whose main purpose is helping Merlo maintain burn stacks across all enemies. She functions well even without Ascension investment and is extremely easy to slot into teams. Outside of supporting Merlo's centric strategies, however, her usefulness drops sharply. Neon fills a similar role to Yuanya, but brings additional buffs and enemy debuffs to the table. She surpasses Yuanya once she reaches her 6-star Ascension, though before that point she can feel slightly weaker. With full investment, she becomes the more versatile burn enabler. Alice is a lightning single-target damage dealer designed with free-to-play players in mind. She stacks critical rate, critical damage, and penetration, giving her strong burst potential and one-shot capability. Still, she cannot compete with Merlo's overall impact and rarely finds a place in late-game lightning teams once stronger options appear. Newcastle stands as both a support and damage dealer for quantum teams and is the only truly accessible free-to-play quantum damage option. Her buffs strongly benefit quantum allies, and her line area energy burst deals additional damage when striking a single target. With her 3rd Ascension bonus unlocked, she becomes a reliable buffer and a cornerstone for quantum compositions. Raven excels as a single-target physical damage dealer who inflicts percentage health damage while ignoring enemy defense and block. She shines in boss encounters and is widely considered the best free-to-play single-target physical damage dealer available. Yan is the premier free-to-play area physical damage dealer, surpassed only by Rose. Together, Yan and Rose form an extremely effective pairing capable of clearing most content. Her main limitation is that she performs best in full physical teams and loses effectiveness outside that structure. Lycosia is another area physical damage dealer with strong survivability tools. She can survive fatal damage through Ascension upgrades and increases her energy burst damage when more enemies are aligned in a straight line. While solid, she is more situational compared to Yan or Raven. Yukili serves as a primary damage dealer for ice teams, offering excellent single-target damage and stacking buffs that grow stronger as battles continue. Her 3rd Ascension transforms blood hunting into a full area attack, significantly boosting her value. She may not feel overpowering initially, but with Ascension bonuses, she becomes a formidable threat. Dawn is a free-to-play friendly area damage dealer for ice teams who performs adequately until Yukili becomes available. However, she falls noticeably behind top performers like Alice or Merlo, and limited support options reduce her long-term viability. Abyssal functions as both a damage dealer and support for ice teams. She deals solid area damage, reduces enemy ice resistance, and increases ally ice damage output. She pairs exceptionally well with Yukili and performs effectively even with minimal investment. Diamond is a single-target damage dealer and support capable of applying Frozen at a very high rate. She performs well in full ice teams, particularly in player versus player scenarios, but struggles to compete with Leng Zhao. At the moment, she may be one of the lowest priority SSR investments. Dawalin is the long-awaited nature main damage dealer and a glimpse into the future potential of natural teams. While the current lack of strong natural supports may make her feel like a risky investment, she is exceptionally powerful on her own. Her ability to gain extra turns allows her to stack damage rapidly, synergizing perfectly with her critical boosts. Her signature sigil, Dear Soul, maximizes this potential, making her a sleeper, top-tier candidate once proper team support arrives. This tier is full of characters that reward smart team building. They may not all dominate alone, but in the right composition, they can feel far stronger than their ranking suggests. The characters in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right, Leng Zhao, Grenache, Flicker, Ling, Olivia, Rose, Estrain, Delling, Centaurea, Dione, Antilope, Ifrit, Abyss Alicia, Thunderrock, and Luna. Now we're getting into the territory where characters stop feeling like upgrades and start feeling like power spikes. The A-tier roster in Anchor Panic is stacked with operators who shape team identities, control battles, and make difficult content feel strangely manageable. Leng Zhao is a cornerstone of any ice team and one of the strongest crowd control and damage dealers in the game. She can freeze all enemies and stack freezing effects, locking down entire fights. Her reliability makes her extremely powerful in player versus player modes, and since her energy burst delivers her most important utility, she performs brilliantly even without Ascension investment. Grenache brings incredible flexibility as a support and damage dealer for both full fire teams and mixed squads. She can apply burn stacks herself, grant lifesteal to allies attacking burned enemies, and boost her own lifesteal and damage output. She hits hard, supports the team, and absorbs punishment well. Her strongest lifesteal bonus is unlocked at 6-star Ascension, but she is already excellent before reaching that point. Flicker is the designated tank for Quantum teams and performs reliably in mixed squads as well. She applies shields, can revive once per battle, absorbs massive punishment, and still deals respectable damage. To unlock her full potential, you will want her Sigil and 6-star Ascension bonus, but even before that, she is one of the safest frontline choices available. Ling is a core, buffer, debuffer, and damage dealer for lightning teams. She applies Lightning Mark, reducing enemy lightning resistance and, with Ascension bonuses, increasing allies' critical rate against marked targets. Her area, Energy Burst, applies Shock, a powerful status effect that dramatically improves lightning damage output. At 6 stars, she even transitions smoothly into mixed team compositions. Olivia delivers exceptional area damage while simultaneously buffing her allies' damage output. She fits comfortably into fire and mixed teams, bringing explosive offense to every encounter. With 6-star Ascension and her Sigil equipped, her offensive stats become absurdly strong. Without sufficient investment, however, she can struggle to keep pace with newer damage dealers entering the meta. Rose is a top-tier support and damage dealer, especially for Raven and other physical damage dealers. She provides strong area damage, boosts ally attack, and reduces enemy defense and physical resistance. While she performs well in any lineup, she truly shines when enabling physical teams to reach their full destructive potential. Strain is an outstanding healer and buffer for Quantum and mixed team IMs. She delivers both single target and area healing while granting massive attack buffs. To remove the defense debuff tied to her Adrenaline passive, you will want her 3rd or 6th Ascension, which significantly improves her reliability. Dealing is a meta-defining player versus environment buffer who works in nearly any squad, especially Quantum compositions. Her area Energy Burst applies radiation stacks while boosting ally attack and defense. Since she is a super rare operator, unlocking her powerful 6-star Ascension bonus is relatively easy, making her a highly accessible powerhouse. Centaurea is a premier healer and buffer for PvE content, particularly on Quantum teams. She cleanses debuffs, provides area healing, and boosts team damage output. Many players find her more valuable than Lilira, and her powerful Ascension passives are easy to unlock due to her rarity. Dione stands among the best defensive supports in the game, offering healing, shields, and defense buffs to the entire team. Her Ascension passives add additional shielding when her health drops low, making her both resilient and incredibly protective during high-pressure encounters. Antelope fills a similar role to Dione, acting as a tank and support who shields, heals, and strengthens allies defensively. Her buffs gain additional bonuses when applied to Quantum allies, but she remains excellent in any lineup and is one of the strongest early frontline options. Ifrit is a versatile Quantum support capable of fitting into nearly any team composition. She boosts energy burst damage for allies and reduces Quantum resistance on enemies, while also functioning as a capable sub-damage dealer depending on her equipped models. Her signature Sigil further reduces Quantum resistance and increases her critical damage, enhancing both her support and damage rolls. Abyss Alicia is a dramatically improved alternate version of Alicia, offering high survivability and powerful burst damage. To maximize her potential, she must follow a precise skill cycle while in her Abyss Echo state, which reduces incoming damage and strengthens her energy bursts. Her talent that prevents defeat while another teammate remains alive adds valuable survivability, and her signature Sigil Future Me boosts attack while shredding enemy defense. Thunderrock is a durable tank with a clear defensive flow. After being attacked 3 times, she gains Magnetic Barrier, allowing her to parry the next attack and restore health. She can also gain this barrier randomly at the start of a turn and deals lightning damage when it is consumed. Her Energy Burst shields all allies and increases lightning teammates' defense penetration. The only limitation is that she cannot be healed by external sources and must rely on her barrier for recovery. Luna provides a unique defensive mechanic through Moonblades, which absorb damage taken by allies and convert it into powerful shielding. She boosts ally health based on her own, and after consuming 5 Moonblades, activates Moonlight Aegis, a shield that absorbs incoming basic and skill damage based on recorded damage plus a portion of her maximum health. Her energy burst immediately generates Moonblades and can trigger additional ones when the team takes skill damage. Building her with high health maximizes her effectiveness, and her performance scales with enemy attack patterns. At this level, operators do more than fill roles. They define strategies, stabilize difficult fights, and elevate entire team compositions. The weapons in this tier are, in order from top left to bottom right: Turn, Echo, Tia, Karanissa, Lilira, and Frost Jade. Alright, this is the part of the list where balance quietly leaves the room. These operators don't just improve your team, they redefine what your team is capable of. The S-tier lineup in Anchor Panic is packed with game changers that dominate both PvE and PvP when used correctly. Turn stands at the very top as the strongest buffer and support operator in the game, especially for quantum teams. She massively boosts allies' offensive stats and grants additional damage to their skills, turning already strong units into monsters. Her sigil is extremely valuable because it further increases her passive damage boost. The best part is that she does not require ascensions to be incredibly effective, making her powerful from the moment you obtain her. Echo is another elite support who combines healing and damage amplification in one kit. She boosts ally damage, restores health, and brings an area attack that can silence enemies, a control effect that can completely shut down dangerous threats. Some of her strongest passives are locked behind 3rd and 6th Ascensions, but even without them, she remains one of the most impactful supports available. Tia is an assassin-style area damage dealer who inflicts percentage health damage and prioritizes low health targets. She shares similarities with Karanissa, but offers more consistent area damage thanks to her energy burst. She is already among the strongest damage dealers in the game, and with 3rd and 6th Ascension bonuses unlocked, her power spikes dramatically into truly overpowered territory. Karanissa is widely considered one of the strongest damage dealers in the game, even on servers that include future characters. She operates as a back row assassin capable of dealing devastating single target damage and recasting her energy burst each time she executes an enemy. Her 3rd Ascension bonus is critical because it removes the damage reduction when recasting her burst, allowing her to chain eliminations without losing momentum. Lilira is the premier healer and shielder for full quantum teams. The healing and shielding she provides can stabilize even the most dangerous encounters, and her Ascension bonuses allow her to revive an ally once per battle. That safety net alone can turn failed runs into victories. Frost Jade is currently the strongest overall healer in the game and an exceptional addition to any team composition. Her passives restore health to the entire team whenever normal attacks or skills are used, while also providing an attack boost. In ice teams, these effects become even stronger, restoring more health and granting critical damage bonuses to ice operators. Her offensive passive stacks up to 3 times, and while her energy burst is active, it continuously restores team health and prevents lethal damage, making wipes nearly impossible. At this level, you are no longer asking whether a character is good, you are deciding how quickly you can build an entire team around them. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.